As you might know, Batocera version 36 dropped last week, bringing with it updated cores, various bug fixes, but most excitingly, well, for me at least, is two things. Official support for Steam Deck and enhanced Lightgun support across the board, including the Sinden Lightgun, and improved Dolphin compatibility. I'll take you very quickly through the setup, getting ROMs loaded, and we'll test some games, look at performance, and maybe play some Mad Dog McCree.
Mad Dog McCree's gang is taking over the town.
Let's go. First off then, let's download this and get it installed to a fresh micro USB for the Steam Deck. I'm using Balena Etcher, which takes no time at all really. Once it's finished, just pop that into your deck, hold the volume down button and press power. After you hear the beep, release the volume button and choose the SD card to boot. Fabulous. There's various ways to get ROMs over to the SD card. Via the network might be the easiest, even if a little slow. So either use Wi-Fi or better still Ethernet like I have here, and Batocera will show up on your network as a Samba share. I grabbed my V36 BIOS pack from the Mini Cake TV and copied that over. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Obviously populate your ROMs folder with the games what you want. An alternative way to copy ROMs over is to plug in a USB drive. Just press F1 to use Batocera's own built-in file manager to copy the files from the USB disk to the Batocera install. Easy. The benefit of doing it this way is that it will almost certainly be a lot faster than managing ROMs via the network, at the expense of being maybe slightly a little more inconvenient. But these are just options, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do. You're old enough to make your own decisions. Go and get a Bubsy the Bobcat tattoo, or spend your life savings on a 1980s Volkswagen Golf to do the big shopping because your best mate's dad's cousin said it was cool.
Huh?
If you want. Anyway, now we have Batocera locked and loaded. Let's see what we can run out of the box and how it performs. As you would expect, it handles 8, 16 and 32-bit systems with no problem, chomping through game after game like it was nothing. Even Saturn, as you probably know by now, works amazingly well on the little deck here. And moving on to 6th gen systems like Dreamcast, PS2 and GameCube, things are more or less on the money, with performance at least on par with, if not a little better than running things on SteamOS after using something like EmuDeck. There's occasional graphical glitches and stutter, but rarely anything game breaking. Xbox emulation is really quite good, with Jet Set Radio here putting on a solid performance. There's a few minor sound glitches, but I was able to play at 1.5 times resolution with a solid 60 frames a second. I went ahead and tried Xbox 360 and unfortunately that is a no-go. I understand Xenia currently works much better under Windows than Linux, since it can utilise DirectX 12. I had better luck with PS3 however, but not by much. Uncharted 2 started but averaged around 10 frames per second. I tried reducing the rendering resolution, but that didn't help at all. Hardly a surprise, but worth mentioning nonetheless. Wii, however, is working great for the most part, and Wii U is also running really well. Woohoo! A Mario! Yeah, woohoo! Performance-wise then, things are looking good. So, as well as an official Steam Deck release, Batocera 36 has enhanced support for light guns. Well, at least what we now know as light guns. You know what I mean. This includes the one I have here, the Sinden Lightgun. Just plug it in, and after a few seconds it's detected by Batocera, which adds the necessary border around the screen. Configuration is as easy as holding left on the D-pad for 5 seconds and shooting at the target. So easy. The Steam Deck has more than enough power to handle the Sinden and plough through pretty much every light gun game I can throw at it here, from 6th gen and below. I can't tell you the joy I feel every time I pick up and play some Point Blank or Virtua Cop on a modern TV. It's not perfect, but my god is it close enough. House of the Dead Overkill on Wii is a treat, even if there is a little slowdown here on the deck. It's clearly a demanding title for the Wii, with heavy motion blur and depth of field effects rarely seen on the console. There may be a way to improve performance. I'll have to experiment some more, I think. Confidential Mission on Dreamcast is a really fun game and worked great. I did try a few Sega Model 2 and 3 arcade games, and whilst performance seemed really good, I couldn't get anything to play nicely with the Sinden. Model 2 games, for instance, wouldn't display the border around the screen, and Model 3, the accuracy was just way off. Overall though, I've had a fun time this week exploring more classic light gun shooters with Sinden and running on the Steam Deck of all things. And I guess with this setup we've sort of got a portable light gun ready machine to take to any screen in the house or wherever really. So how about Batocera itself? Well, whilst version 36 has brought some great improvements, the interface remains largely unchanged, and that's a good thing. Utilising a customised emulation station, pretty much everything you'll need to use is available with just a few button presses. I spent some time adjusting the built-in theme to my liking, and there are plenty more themes that can be downloaded as needed. This one here, for instance, is a particular favourite of mine. The scraper still works great, and I was able to populate 99% of my library with the appropriate art and information. As usual, there are outliers that require a little attention, but accuracy is certainly better than it was a few years ago. Overall, really cool stuff. So why would you want to choose something like Batocera for your Steam Deck over using scripts and tools like EmuDeck? Well, one of the biggest pros of Batocera, for me anyway, is that it's separate from SteamOS. Some might see this as a downside, but I really like that in just a few moments I can switch from Steam Deck being a Steam Deck to a more emulation focused device with Batocera. Batocera boots and shuts down very quickly, supports sleep, and is really easy to set up with everything pretty much pre-configured for you, and this saves a ton of time and potential frustration. Another benefit is that because Steam Deck runs on x86-64 hardware, your Batocera SD card should boot on a regular modern PC. Just stuff that bad boy into another compatible device and it will, in theory, just work. I tried it on my PC here and can confirm that, yes, it works. Back to the Steam Deck then, and performance may be a little better than running under SteamOS with its associated overheads, but that would be merely anecdotal at this point, and a moot point until you get to more demanding systems like PS3, which probably won't run great in either scenario. At the end of the day then, Batocera is a great option as a second OS for your Steam Deck, as well as other devices, giving you a solid base to build a collection of retro games and systems upon, all without getting in the way of your existing Steam library. And when version 37 inevitably drops later this year, all you have to do is hit upgrade and let the magic happen. I've been using Batocera for just a short time really, but it's fast becoming one of my favourite ways to play retro games on the Steam Deck. And if you're in a similar situation, I'd encourage you to give it a shot, whether that's on the deck or one of the dozens of other supported devices. The Batocera project is a fun, polished emulation-focused OS that is aiming to be the go-to option for software emulation, and I can't wait to see what's next. So that was just a quick look at Batocera on the Steam Deck, and yeah, if you can't tell, I'm really impressed with it. I'm really impressed. That's about it for me for today. Yeah. Subscribe if you want. I'm done.